The first exercise is breathing, and you want to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth like you're blowing through a straw. As you take the breath in, feel the ribs widen and expand, allowing the lungs to fill with air. As you exhale, feel the ribs rolling in and down. So breathing helps to center us. It helps to get the body warmed up. It helps to relax us. And it helps to just imprint in our minds that every exercise should be done with the breath. If you're inhaling when you should be exhaling, or exhaling when you should be inhaling, that's fine. You just want to keep breathing. So now turn over onto your hands and knees and make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders and your knees are right underneath your pelvis, like you're kneeling right over a box. Cat stretch, inhale to prepare, and then exhale, curl the tailbone under and articulate the spine up, 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 up. Stay here and inhale into the sides and the back of the rib cage. And then exhale and release from the tailbone through the mid-back, through the upper back, and then reach the shoulder blades back and open your heart, coming into a little bit of an extension. Hold and inhale, and then exhale and round. One vertebra at a time, like you're playing all the keys on the piano. Breathe into those back ribs, send them up to the ceiling, and then breathe out and elongate the spine. Come back to a neutral position and then pull the shoulders back. And inhale here, and then exhale and round into your cat. You'll do 5 to 8 of these. Notice this is a 4-breath pattern. So we inhale and do one thing, and then exhale, and then inhale, and then exhale. So the exercise is done really slowly with intention. And one more time. Good. Now hold your neutral posture. So lengthening out, the small curve in your lower back. Pull the abdominals in so the frontal ribs are in line with the pelvis, and drop the shoulders away from the ears. Notice that Missy has her eye line down so the back of her head is in line with her upper back. This is a great place to feel your deep abdominals. So imagine as you exhale that you're pulling your lower abdomen in and away from the fabric of your shirt. And then inhale, feel that expansion of the rib cage. And as you exhale, engage the deep core. Notice as Missy practices this core engagement, her spine isn't moving. She's actually using her abdominals to engage her, or using the breath to engage her deep, deep abdominal stabilizers. It almost feels like you're pulling the muscles in on the front of the spine. And let's do one more breath like that. Nice, easy inhale, and then exhale, gently pulling the lower abdominals in and up. And then turn over onto your back. We'll get the pelvis warmed up. Really important to help warm up the pelvis and the lower back. So knees are bent, feet are flat, hands. Inhale, rock the pelvis back into an imprint position. And then exhale and rock the pelvis towards your neutral position. So in neutral, you have a small little curve in your lower back. Breathe in your neutral, and then exhale, imprint. And inhale, come back to neutral. And exhale and imprint. Missy, can you just reach your arms up towards the ceiling so you can show everyone? She has a little curve in her lower back at neutral position. It's kind of hard to see because she's wearing black and the mat is black. And then as she rolls to imprint, the back presses into the mat and the pelvis tilts just slightly. Come back to your neutral. And then exhale into your imprint. So you're using your abdominals to pull the pelvis towards the ribs in the front of the body, versus using your bum to push the pelvis. So it's really gentle. This helps to warm up the lower back. gives some mobility to the pelvis, and gently warms up through the hip joint. So let's bring your hands back down, and we'll practice putting together the breath and the imprint position and the abdominal connection. This exercise is called toe taps. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring your right leg to your tabletop position. Knee is right over the hip. Breathe in. And then exhale, engage the core and bring that left leg up to meet it. Notice when Missy brings her leg up, her back stays completely still. So breathe in and touch the right toe down. Good. Exhale, bring it back up. Do that again on the right side. We'll do about 5 of these. And as you're doing that movement, notice the knee is staying very still. So there's a 90-degree angle in the knee, and Missy is moving from the hip. And then she'll do that on the left side. And again, notice as Missy moves her leg down away from her core, she's using her abdominals to keep her spine neutral and to keep her spine from moving. And one more time. Now changing up the breath pattern and changing up the exercise to make it a little more difficult. As you inhale, touch the right toe down. And then as you exhale, switch your legs. This is called reciprocal movement. Inhale, switch, and exhale, switch. To add a little bit more difficulty, Missy will move her opposite arm and opposite leg. So as her one leg moves, there you go, and then switch. So now she really has no support from any of her peripheral limbs. She's really using her deep core, and she's using a muscle called the multifidus that goes all the way from the pelvis to the top part of the spine. And that helps keep the entire spine stable. Core stability is all about keeping the back and the torso stable while you're moving your arms and your legs. And then do one more on each side. And then bring your hands back down to the mat and bring your feet down to the mat. Going into another spinal articulation. This is called hip roll. So you'll start with an inhale breath, and then as you exhale, roll to imprint. Pick the pelvis up off the mat, and then just peel the spine. So you're in a nice bridge position. Inhale into that long spine, and then exhale and roll down from top to bottom. Good. Gently letting the upper, middle, and then lower back touch the mat. Roll right back into neutral and inhale. And then exhale, spin the pelvis towards the ribs. Notice Missy's picking her pelvis up, and then she's peeling her spine. She's using her abdominals to actually move the spine through space. Roll all the way back down, really pressing the vertebrae into the mat. It's like you're massaging your back. Inhale, and then exhale. So she finds her imprint and then uses her abs to roll her hips towards her ribs and then roll all the way up. Notice Missy's in a long line. Her hips are in line with the rest of her body, not drop down. And then rolling all the way back down. And we'll do one more like that. And hold the bridge position. So this is a nice core stabilization exercise. It really tests the strength of your glutes and the strength of your oblique abdominals. So Missy's going to lift one leg off the mat. Yep. And notice that as she does that, her hips stay very, very level. Now bring that foot down and then lift the other foot off the mat. Beautiful. Bring the foot down. Notice how Missy exhales on that effort. So bringing the right foot off. Good. Touch the right toe down. Exhale, feel the abdominals tighten, and then lift the left leg. Good. Now, Missy, lift that right leg up to tabletop, and then stretch it towards the ceiling, and then lower the leg until the knees touch. Good. And then bring the leg back up. As Missy is lowering the leg, she'll do 4 more. Her pelvis is staying still. If she had a marble in her belly button, the marble wouldn't slide off one side of the hip. She really has to keep the glute on the left side on and keep her abdominals on. The abdominals almost form an X. Bring your foot down and let's give it a go on the left side. Left leg through tabletop position and up towards the ceiling. And then lower the leg down and lift it back up. Good, and reach away and bring it back. Once you get really good at this, you can change the breath pattern, and you can inhale to reach the leg away and then exhale to flex at the hip. That makes it tougher because as you inhale, the body wants to expand and release. As you exhale, the body wants to tighten, so it really is a challenge to keep the abs on as she inhales through the exercise. So let's bring the hips back down, Missy, and then turn over onto your stomach.